All right, this is Holland Martin, Channel 27 News Entertainment. I'm with two Marion High School seniors, Michael Seabold, JuanCarlos Ramirez. What's up, fellas? How y'all been?
Doing well.
Looking good.
Good, man. Tell me what you've been doing in all this Corona mess. How's it been?
Go ahead, Michael.
For me, it's been a crazy little time. Trying to catch up on schoolwork and make sure I'm still getting all my stuff done. Just with another year of school to get everything right for college. I've been working out with a trainer in Muncie and then working out a lot on my own, trying to build a lot of quick twitch muscle and build athleticism. Something I haven't done a lot of, push-ups, sit-ups, trying to build strength and just keep going. And then with recruiting, just trying to keep on top of everything, post videos, make sure I'm texting coaches. It's been weird with the NCAA dead period, but just trying to make sure I'm staying on top of everything.
Good. What about you, Juan? I know, so you're going to sign to Anderson.
Yeah.
They give you a workout program. What kind of things they got you doing?
We had to set up our little group chat. We had a little group meet thing, and we were talking to coach a little bit here and there. But he said within like the next week he'll send out like an 8-week workout plan. Hopefully we can get like weight rooms open and stuff so we can actually get inside and do some strength and conditioning.
You like the campus down there and all that?
Yeah, I love it. That's really what like drew my attention. It just felt like the right fit for me. I visited some other schools and it just wasn't the same as Anderson.
All right, so let's go back to high school real quick. Talk to me about this online stuff. So they giving you online classes it'll still get you to graduation and all that good stuff? Is there a packet? How do they do that?
Well, I know for me, being a junior, coming through and doing classes, I still got the year. So what they're doing is for all my dual credit classes that are with Ivy Tech, it's the same workload. So I'm being on a call 2-3 times a week with teachers, making sure I'm getting all that work done. With my classes that aren't dual credit, the teachers are still assigning work. But I think they're exempting it for graduation. So for kids that can't get on it, it can only help your grade. So I've been trying to take advantage of that as much as possible, make sure I'm getting everything I can done, and still I'm learning and soaking everything up.
So let me ask both of you guys, being young high school kids and students, how has this sudden change affected you guys? Hanging out, going places, doing things, prom, graduation, knocks out sports seasons and all that. How is it being a student and having to adjust to all this?
For me, it's been real tough, especially with like prom. Prom was like the main thing we was ready for, and for like prom to get taken away from us our last year, it just hit hard. Sports, I was gonna play baseball this year, and I know it sucks for like the kids who just play spring sports. They can't get that. So, yeah, that's tough. And also, like, hanging out with our friends, we don't get to hang out with them. Obviously, we have to be in the house. So
yeah, like it's real important to social distance, wash your hands, but a lot of people ain't. It's crazy. The rules is kind of, I don't understand some of the rules, but I just do what I got to do. Wear my mask at work, do what they tell me to do. What about you, Michael? I know you go to a lot of camps and stuff. Yes. The whole world's shut down.
So for me, it's been very interesting. A lot of the camps, I go to Rubio long snapping camps, and they're all around the country. And the spring circuit was just about to open up, and it stopped. He had a camp in Seattle, and that was the first one that Seattle was getting hit really hard at the time. And he said, okay, we're going to postpone it, and then we're going to come back. And then San Francisco was the next one. They postponed it, and they postponed everything until at least June, except for the big mega camp, which is in Vegas. And that decides a lot of like the top 12 invite camp. All the top camps that are in that summer are chosen between January and May in Vegas. And so the date has been pushed back for that, and they're continuing to kind of push it back. So for me, the camps it's been very weird and then they do like virtual lessons. And I haven't had a chance to do one, but I got to go up to Chicago and work with an instructor one day. And then just at home, it's been very interesting. I had my brother and all my brothers, and then one of my friends quarantined with me at the beginning. And since then, he went back. My friend went back home, and with prom being canceled and school being canceled, it makes you realize how much we hate school, we hate certain things that to enjoy it while it's here. I don't think any of us kind of expected for Juan, it's his last year. For me, I've still got another year, but going into it is an unknown, and kind of just having a halt. Like, we'll be back. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and teachers are kind of giving out, a little piece of work to do, and all of a sudden, boom, it's just taken away. Makes you kind of realize little things are important.
The older you guys get, the more you'll realize time is so precious, man. You guys will be 29, 30 before you know it. I'm glad you talked about that football. And so you got one more year to go. Juan, you're out. Let's talk about semi-state 2018 in Evansville and kind of easing on through there. Like, Juan would talk to me about that, man. I know, it's been so long ago, but just talk to me.
I actually watched the game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I done watched the game probably like 15 times since we lost.
I've never watched it.
Obviously, the year was going great.
Mm-hmm. I've never watched it start to finish, but bits and pieces, I just get mad. After like a third long bomb, I just like forget it.
And that's really when we got beat on. We got beat on a couple plays.
That was it. A couple of plays, and then I think I watched it probably 2 weeks ago. On that run, the running back ran on their side. He ran. I think it was Christian. I thought Christian got like blowed out, and they didn't call it. But even with that, I thought that we could come back last year and do some damage, which I thought we did. Eastbrook made it to the title game, and we knocked them out. And it was a tough road, but. But Harrison, I thought Harrison, we got cheated at Harrison because I thought that dude didn't score in the back of the end zone. And then, had we only lost 3 all year, and then it was Miss Finawall, which I thought, the whole state was asking me about that. I just, I don't know.
Yeah, stuff happens. It didn't go our way that night. But to talk about semi-state, we went down there 13-0. I feel like our head wasn't that big, though. People think that we got a little overconfident. We thought we were just like the stuff, but I don't feel like that at all. I just feel like we came in, we was ready, we was prepared. Injuries played a part in that. JK obviously got hurt. He's a big part of our team. Our quarterback got in some trouble, so he didn't get to play the first quarter. We had so many opportunities to score, we just messed it up for ourselves.
But too. And looking back on that, it was a crazy day for me as well. I just think that it was like we went to the arcade, we ate good, we partied before the game. You know what I mean? It's like we was partying like we'd already won. Me and Dre was at the shooting game.
Right.
Everybody had fun. I thought, and then it was the game. But on to that. So then this past season, which was crazy, I loved it. Like I said, we started out, hit Eastbrook real good. We had a big long run until we had hit Harrison in October.
Yeah.
We lost that by 13 points, 55-42. After that, we went into the playoffs good, I thought. And,
great at that.
beat Fort Wayne, went up to New Haven and got them. Gonna put the dog on.
The whole year was going good, though.
It was.
Obviously, at Lynn, second week, 6A school, just a good test for us early on. That helped us get better. And I don't know, we went on a good run. We fell into Harrison, but I wasn't really too upset about Harrison. I feel like it got us prepared for the playoffs. 5A school, really
That's
good.
True. I would rather lose then instead of lose, in the thing. And I thought you being a leader, it helped. When their leader is taking them into the fire as hard as he can, I thought you and Pee Wee did a good job back there. But we just had some graduation. I thought we was kind of young, certain places where we had graduation at. It's and then in Miss Cinewall, it just wasn't our day. But I think for the future, we got some good stuff coming. I mean, we still got some guys coming back. QB,
Fish
We got
come
our
back.
whole offensive line returning.
Who?
Our whole offensive line's
Oh,
returning.
yeah. I mean, Devontae Black, I told him to his face, I said, dude, you're going to get paid one day for playing football. And when it all gets right, he's going to be.
It's a lot of young guys that's been working. Even though beginning of last year, I was like, our defense is young, but just the way they worked last year, and then seeing like still during this quarantine, they're still putting in work. So I think people might think that with all the graduates this year, that Marion's gonna fall off a little bit, but I think they're still gonna be good. They're still gonna make a run.
All right, so let's go into. So now football's over. We go into basketball.
Yeah.
You're a manager on the team, Michael?
Yeah. So basketball was a very interesting dynamic this year. I know as the football team, kind of the football players that play, we thought we were going deeper in the playoffs than we did. There was a lot of talk in the athletic office with me and just people among the school, like, okay, well, if we win this game's going to get pushed back. And going into basketball season, it was bittersweet, just the way we lost, but knowing that we had a chance to come back and go. And I think everybody kind of got their head on straight, and they went pushing to make sure that everything was done right. There was a different energy this year for basketball that, okay, we just came off a semi-state win. We move up a class.
Yeah.
Let's go – or a semi-state loss, but let's go back and try to do the same thing. And
that's what I had noticed, because I watched the semi-state game against Culver. I mean, it was going good, and then it was like fourth quarter, shirts was getting ripped, and then it was like fouls, and it was crazy. I was like, no. Then the girls went, and I was, really, if you think about it, in the history of Marion,
we had 3 teams win the NCC and 3 teams go to
summer. Y'all group is special. When I went back in the 80s and 90s, we went in everything: baseball, swimming, basketball, and this is what it felt like with you guys, as far as the boys and girls going to semi-state. Football had went to semi-state, and then it was kind of like this year. But what I thought with this year in basketball was coming out of that semi-state loss and, not having the big fella down low. Dre was gone, the other big cat was gone, and it was having some new roles. And I think, it was Matthew's coming out party on the inside. You know what I mean? Like he was coming with it. He was doing what he's supposed to. Still a little raw, but I felt like, and then, I would like to see, I think Jake is going to make that step up to be that kind of how like a Scotty Wood used to be, where he's kind of sitting there, the drawing kick, getting that out of the way. And, Jalen coming back, it should be Krzyzewski, should be Roy Williams, should be every coach in the country should be sitting there next year watching him. But I thought, so tell me, being so close to the team, I mean, he got hurt, 7 games in, wasn't it? It was against Cathedral in the
9 games in.
9 games in, and talked about how that team just came together, and JK kind of took off with the scoring, and everybody chipped in. Bonicelli had a game-winning 3, and it, everything. You guys really, I thought, played better, as better than we could expected after you losing Jalen.
Yeah, so Jalen's a special player. There's no taking that away from him, and to lose a piece like him is hard. I actually wasn't there for the game. I was out of town during the Cathedral game, and so I wasn't there during the time, seeing what it was like in the locker room after. And coming back and seeing the team dynamic, it was different. You're running where you had, JK as a shooting threat and Jalen as a shooting threat. Now it's a little different. We're running a lot of role players became stars. And there was a lot of time where there was 4 or 5 games where we didn't really understand it. Okay, what do we do? Yeah, and there was a lot of talk around the school and just around the community that, oh, well, Jalen's down, we're not going to be good. And I'm like, no, like, wait a minute.
And
like,
I noticed that because you guys you guys lost two defensive players left the team, or I'm not sure how that went, but I looked up one game they were there, looked up the other game they was in the stands.